Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I felt extra petty, so I am gonna list all the things that K-pop stans do that I can't stand. Usually, I always open my videos by reminding you that this is all based on my opinions and you should not take it personally if you feel called out, but today you should be offended. If you do one or more of those things, you should be ashamed. Having said that, I remind you that this is a small channel and every kind of support is appreciated, so consider subscribing and leaving a like. Okay, let's start. If you are a K-pop stans, there is a high chance that you met these kinds of people. I am talking about people that think they are so cool and quirky cause they stan old K-pop groups. I especially see that with second-gen groups. You are not the shit you think you are, and we don't give a fuck. You don't stan Blackpink or Twice, but you stan electric bicycles that debuted in 2008 and have just one single called Water Bottle. Let me tell you again, you guys are not special. This thing gives me the ick. Have you ever noticed that, sometimes, people start to stan the least biased member of a group, not because they like their personality or they appreciate the talent of the idol, but because they are, indeed, the least biased member? If it was just that, it wouldn't bother me that much. If I was an idol, I wouldn't like people standing me because they think I am a loser and no one likes me, but people that pity stan don't hurt anyone. It gets problematic when, in the process of pity standing, they start bullying the most popular member of the group. A perfect example of this is IVE, when people started to stan Liz and Gaeul and started bullying Wonyoung. I also want to add that, a lot of times, the people that pity stan are the ones that used to make fun of the same member that they stan now. Make it make sense. I already talked about this thing in a previous video, but I feel the need to say this again. I hate when K-pop stans use these very serious issues just to attack idols they don't like, but they forget to keep the same energy when their faves are the ones being problematic. I am a big supporter of holding idols accountable when they act ignorant. But when you act stupid when it's time to call out your faves, it just shows you don't care about these issues or educating people. You just like to use these things to talk shit about idols online, and that's not okay. This concept is on another level when it comes to body shaming. A lot of K-pop stans are not gonna wait a second to call someone they are fighting with a whale or a skeleton online, or to make videos talking about idols' bodies. Let me explain this one. Have you ever talked to someone that will pull up the stupidest accomplishments that their faves were able to achieve, or they just ignore the context of the accomplishment? Let me give you an example. As a Blink, I argued with a good number of Twice stans in my life, and they always pull up the Twice as the best-selling girl group in K-pop thing to demonstrate that Twice is more famous than Blackpink. Now, everyone that isn't Delulu knows that is false, even by using common sense. But, it takes 2 seconds to realize that Twice are the best-selling girl group because they released way more albums than Blackpink. Other times, the records that their fave broke that stans bring up are just so dumb, like, my fave has the most viewed music video, with a blonde person holding a bottle of orange juice in the history of K-pop. Give me a break. How do you objectively rank stage presence? You just can't, because stage presence preferences are extremely subjective. Now it's okay if you want to make a video ranking some idols by stage presence as long as you are aware that it's just your opinion. But I hate when K-pop stans have full-blown arguments about which one of your faves has the best stage presence. You are never gonna agree with each other because there's no real right answer, it depends on your tastes. What's the point of fighting? Did you notice how normal it is in the K-pop community to hate an idol or a group for a while, talking shit about everything they do and make hundreds of videos bullying them for the stupidest reason, just to move to another person or group after a while, and repeat the same cycle again and again? A perfect example of that is, again, IVE and the hate train they went through last year, especially when it comes to Wonyoung. You guys would criticize everything that they did down to the smallest thing, just to get over this all thing a couple of months later. It almost seems like K-pop stans always need a new common enemy to make fun of. This is another point I brought up in my unpopular opinions video. Let's talk about it again because this is so funny to me. Have you ever seen those stupid-ass videos on Twitter or TikTok, where they take a clip where their fave is being ignored for 3 seconds and they put a gray filter and sad music or sound in the background? Now, when I see those types of videos I burst out laughing. What pisses me off for some weird reasons are the people in the comments. I am telling you, the comments section is gonna be filled with comments along the lines of, they deserve better and we need to protect them. I need you to be for real, your fave didn't go to war, it was just ignored for 3 seconds, and they would probably laugh too if they watched those kinds of videos about them. Okay, this is a pretty broad term, so let me explain. I don't like when stans are delusional in the sense that they negate obvious things. One example is encore stages and idols that clearly cannot sing. I don't like when people make fun of them because of their lack of training, but I also don't like people that justify them by saying stupid things like their voice is naturally shaky or they were just nervous. Girl, their job is to be an idol, they should be able to sing and dance at least decently. And, if I can understand a rookie group being nervous, I cannot excuse an experienced idol that sounds like shit because they are nervous. It's okay to admit that they cannot sing or dance, what's wrong with that? They're rich and famous, I promise you that they probably know that they cannot sing and they don't care. Okay, that's it. What do you think about this topic? Let me know in the comments. I remind you again to consider subscribing and leaving a like. Bye bye.